Start with prayer.
Yeah, man.
Let prayer be the first step.
Just as you're about to break, that is when he says, all right, enough. Yeah.
You have to surround yourself with
There's
like-minded
a silver
people.
lining all the time behind the
Yeah.
dark clouds.
Granny,
Just
on
gotta
to
keep
something
pushing.
today. When I started this podcast, I was called to do it. At one point, I was like, at the spotlight though.
Take a chance, pray, live, let others live. Be kind, be respectful. The journey is yours to take and yours alone.
Babies, welcome back to another episode of the Purposeful Podcast. I am your hostess, Danica Giddings, and we have with us this evening another guest. Most of you, if you're from Guyana, if you're not from Guyana, you will be familiar with this guest. He's international, he's worldwide. Your 2025 Calypso
No, dancer.
dancehall
You're mixing up
monarch,
this thing,
forgive me,
boy.
singer-songwriter. Singer-songwriter and just all-round amazing artist. We have with us this evening Carlvin Burnett graced us with his presence here on the Purposeful Podcast. But before we get into all the nitty-gritty of what we're about to talk about, I just want to encourage you to like, share, subscribe, share the podcast, spread the word of the Purposeful Podcast. Here, we are more than just a podcast. We are a family, and we are here to learn, grow, heal. We talk about resilience. We talk about purpose all around, and we just talk about how you can live life intentionally. So without further ado, I would like for you guys to say hi to my dearest friend and sometimes pain,
Strays.
headache.
Yeah, listen, the amount of
Just-
strays been firing so far.
Yeah,
it ain't
no,
fun.
no. The people gotta know. In this social media thing, you're artists and these influencers. You guys like to put your image of perfection. So I just have to just give them a little taste of
Yeah.
the real.
No, I'm the most
real
imperfect
Calvin.
person out there. The most. But
Yeah.
I'm working.
You're working. That's good.
Definitely.
That's good. And this space is really about that. It's not to
Yeah, man.
portray perfection in any way, because we really want to encourage people to let them know, hey, I am just like you. I'm
Yeah.
a human just like you. I have my flaws. I have my difficulties, and I had my challenges.
I got plenty
But I
flaws.
pers-
Not a little bit. Plenty.
You're gonna listen. We have time.
We
You're
got
gonna
time.
sit here and tell us about those flaws. But
Yeah.
really and truly, just to encourage people to chase after what they believe is their purpose and their dreams and goals, regardless of those flaws. Keep
Yeah.
pushing. Things are not gonna be perfect
True.
ever, if at all. Gonna be perfect. So you just gotta continue to pursue your purpose and just persevere. And that's
Definitely.
what we're gonna be talking about this evening, along with some other things. But before we get into perseverance and all these different things,
Yeah.
tell the people hi. Say
Hey,
what's
what's up,
been going
everybody?
on with Carlvin lately.
A lot has been going on. I've been working on some new music. We've been working on the videos and everything else. So, we're now getting that out there.
Yeah.
So that's what we've been up to. A lot of people have been asking me about Soca Monarch next year, to which my answer is still, I don't know. It depends on which side of the bed I wake up tomorrow, or if somebody decides to call my name and they poke the beer.
Yeah.
Then
Listen,
I-
you guys
Then I
comment.
get up.
Let's encourage Calvin to get back
Yeah.
out there to
But,
compete for Soca Monarch.
Not
No?
feeling it.
Why?
Not feeling it. There's nothing left to prove. I mean, been there, done that. And for me, it's just to, explore new pastures.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That
where I'm
makes
at
sense.
right now. So,
Okay, but the people want to know about Soca Monarch. I'm not the people. The people is not me.
Yeah.
I want to know, when are you releasing a gospel album?
Our gospel album, I don't want to lie and say that it's in the works. I have about 2 songs down that I think is really, really, really nice.
Yeah.
And I want to, just put it out there and, let people receive it however they receive it. The thing about it is I don't put myself in a box to say that I am a gospel artist or a dancehall artist or a soca artist. I am Carlvin Burnett. I'm an
Yeah.
entertainer. I'm a musician. I'm a lover of music by heart.
Yeah.
So, for me, however I feel on whichever day, that's what you get.
Okay.
So
Okay, yeah.
yeah, so I'm gonna it's going to be positive
Yeah.
because I grew up in the era where positivity spoke through the music. And even if you wanted to say something crazy, there were different ways, there were clever ways to cloak it.
Yeah.
So, that's the era that I came up in. So I still believe in that. So, the music is going to be good, but listen out for something really, really,
Yeah,
really, really nice.
for one, I'm excited. I'm excited for whatever gospel stuff you're gonna be dropping. My favorite song that you sang and I play it all the time is
Yeah.
"Father Guide My Way," and
Yeah.
yeah, that's always gonna be that's
No,
always gonna
that's,
be
that
at the top
is,
of my list.
that is like my biggest song to date. I mean, I have other songs that I am in love with. Like I
Yeah.
love. But Guide My Way is something that is very close, very personal. So, it just so happened that was the one that took off and changed my entire life.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
really it's honestly, I listen to that song almost every day. I'm not gonna say every day. I don't want to kind of swell your head to say that I'm
It's
a
all right,
fan.
you could.
But I do listen to that song a lot. I love it so much.
Yeah.
You mentioned that this song "Guide My Way"
Yeah.
really opened the door for you. Like, what inspired that song?
So I remember we were in the studio, myself and Joel Brown, and we were just sitting there because at that point in time, nothing was going on for us. When I say nothing, nobody's calling, you're not getting any shows, nobody ringing your phone for anything. And, we sat there and we were studying, what is our next move? Should we just transition or pivot into something else? Because it just seemed as if this thing wasn't working out. And my grandmother would always say to me, there's a silver lining all the time behind the
Yeah.
dark clouds.
Granny
Just
onto
got to keep
something.
pushing. So in that moment, Joel's father, rest in peace, Pastor Brown, he came in the studio and he saw us there and he was like, well, yeah, I get your face like that. What's going on with y'all? He was always this, person to give like really, really, really good advice in these clever ways.
Yeah.
And he said, if you're packing to go on an overnight trip, how do you pack? And I said, well, you're going to pack light. You're going to pack probably your toothbrush, the boxes to change, your vest, soap, your towel. He said, all right, good. And if you're packing to go for 6 months or a year, how do you pack? I said, well, you're going to pack more heavy. You got to put jeans. You got to get this. You got to get that. He said, good. Y'all keep packing because y'all ain't ready to leave us yet.
Wow,
But whenever
yeah.
y'all do leave, y'all going to go further than the people that just got to go on the overnight trip. And that for me was like the biggest motivation.
Yeah, that's
We sat there in the studio and, the words kept coming. I remember Joey kept calling me, yo, Carlvin, we got to go in the studio. We got to do this. We got to do that. And, for us, studio used to start sometimes 6 o'clock in the afternoon. And when we were leaving, sunrise. And that was one of the moments that we did that in. And the sound just like, at first, let me say, the sound didn't take off right away because what had happened, there was the incident with the soldiers that lost their lives with the helicopter crash and all of that.
That
So
was sad.
we released the song and then boom, that situation happened. So like the song just fell under all the rubble.
Yeah.
And we just kept promoting, doing some short reels here and there. We in the middle of the road blocking the people traffic on Mandela Avenue. Somebody got a boom mic, another man stand up on a speaker. Like, yeah, it was crazy. But we just kept pushing. Went to the seawalls, do some stuff there as well. And then one day we got up and we just noticed that the views just started to shoot up like all over. And everything changed from there. The calls started coming in, the booking started coming in, the overseas booking started coming. So, can't stop.
Yeah, that's really good. And it just shows that at first when we set out to do something and it looks as though it's not going the way that we plan, the goal is to persevere, like to remain consistent, because not y'all in the middle of the street blocking the people's traffic.
Listen, you got to do what you got to do. The thing is, nobody believes in something that you have until you make them believe.
That's
or
true.
until you believe
That
in
is
it
so
yourself.
true, yeah.
I know times when the whole world know Carlvin could sing, but ain't nobody believe that I can ever do any single thing. I can ever go anywhere because, that's just their thought of every single thing. I had to first believe in myself, put the works out, and then, just spill the energy onto every single body else, and they just started receiving and believing. So that's how it goes.
I think a lot of times when we have a dream and a vision and we show it to people, they oftentimes are not going to see what you see. They're not meant to see what you
I
see.
just was about to say that. Not
Yeah.
everybody is meant to understand where you're going, and
Yeah.
not everybody can go where you're going as well, Sometimes you gotta treat them like the seasons.
And you just gotta go regardless. I think you just
Definitely.
gotta go with what your vision is, because like I was talking to, if you watch the episode, and I was talking to Lauren, and he was
Yeah.
saying that, when God give you a vision, it's not for everybody and your mother and them
Quite
to
correct.
see.
Quite correct. Quite
It
correct.
is for you to see and for you to persevere and you to understand that this here is your assignment. It's
Definitely.
not anyone else. You don't need anybody else's permission. It's your assignment. And when God give you a vision, just pick it up and just run with it. As long as He's directing your steps, just run with it and
That's
go.
it.
Yeah.
That's it.
But so I want you to take us all the way back to when you first started singing. Like, what made you realize that you have this potential? And do you think that singing is your purpose, is your calling?
Well, in the year 1980,
Long. 1980 long.
1980 long.
He's a big man, he's a big man.
I'm a big guy. I'm a big guy. So the thing about it is, I have a family of musicians. Not my father's side of the family. So sorry, daddy.
Didn't get it from daddy.
Sorry, daddy. Sorry. My father loves singing, but the man bad in the
Singing and
bathroom.
love it.
The man bad in the bathroom. You gotta hear me in the bathroom. I can remember the song he like sing just now. The man bad in the bathroom, but outside of that, But my mom and her siblings, her parents, most of all my cousins, every single body is like musically inclined.
Oh, okay.
So that gift just fell on me along with my brothers and stuff like that. So it was always there. I always knew that I could sing, because church is where single thing started for me. I'm Seventh-day Adventist.
Okay, I did not know
Yeah,
that.
I am Seventh-day Adventist. They never change. It never change. It never will. Understand that I am. No. Sometimes you just hear a lot of stuff. Like, I remember one time I was booked to perform at a gospel show. I don't want to call the name of the
Don't
gospel
call it,
show. I
please.
don't want to call the promoter name and stuff like that. And he called back my manager to say a few pastors had a discussion and they said, "Oh, Carlvin is not a Christian." We on purposeful. I can't say exactly what I said.
Yes.
Because, Jesus still working with me.
PG-13, yeah.
Jesus is still
Jesus is
working with
moving.
me.
He's working, yeah.
He's working. But I had some very, very choice words to say. And I remember whilst it happened, I felt hurt by it because I was like, God said we don't judge, But,
Yeah.
look at the people that are doing the whole judging aspect of things. These are the pastors and the this and the that and the this and the that. And, somebody who's not strong-minded or strong-willed, they could lose all respect or every single thing for
And it happens often.
Exactly.
It does. It
You know,
happens.
They could lose respect for the church, for the pastors, for the this, for the that. I ain't the type.
Yeah.
This skin here, tough, bad. I can't penetrate this. Tough. But in that moment, I felt it because I was like, why? Is it because you see me on a stage and I would be performing secular music, as they would call it, or But then I just allowed it to ride because Jesus came to seek and to save that which was lost. He didn't come for the righteous. So
Period.
I'm still the sheep that went astray, and he bringing it back.
Bring it.
But when I heard it, I was like, but put that aside. Always have been singing church. That's where it started for me. Philadelphia Seventh-day Adventist Church, New Amsterdam, Borbies, Highbridge to be exact.
Big up Philadelphia.
Right? Yeah, Philadelphia, whole a big up all the time. And we would have, in the afternoons, we would have AY sessions. AY is for Adventist youths.
Okay.
So it would be a whole lot of young people, and we would sing, and we can, they can teach you to preach. We would play games sometimes when we go to socials and stuff like that. So that is where the gifts started to develop.
Okay, yeah.
Always singing. And then it transcended to school. Because at that point in time, St. Aloysius Primary, then to Tutorial Secondary, you're gonna have concerts and you're gonna have this and you're gonna have that based on the different seasons. They already know that Sister Colette could sing, so Carlvin got to sing. So,
If
that-
you couldn't
yeah.
sing, there would have been enough pressure.
There
though,
would have been a
for
lot of
Sister
pressure. A lot of pressure. So school, then it just kept moving from there. And I remember the jingle and song competition was coming around in 2009. And shout out to Celeste David from Barbies, because she was one of the persons that, unknowing to her, motivated me to do this. Because I saw her in the competition and I was like, yo, Celeste really star up in this competition. If Celeste could do this, I could do it. Because I'm somebody like that. I like to push myself. I know
Yeah.
I love a challenge. So I saw it and I was like, I am going to do this. And in my house, I got 3 brothers. The rubbing don't be easy. Hot up. Hot up is a everyday,
Skin
every
gotta
night
tick.
thing. So we're there and I was telling them about it. And they're like, yeah, sign up for it. Sign up for it. You're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. And then I said to myself, I ain't going to do it. Because, I don't know I could sing. So since it, I could go and do that. And the hot up start. You just frankly go and find somebody better than you. You just this, you just that. Why? And they rub me left, right, and center every single day, every day. Until I said, I'm going to do it. Got into the jingle and song competition, and I just never looked back from there. There were a whole lot of stuff that I wanted to do. I love medicine. I wanted to do pharmacology. I wanted to do all of those things. And music is something that just kept calling me all the time. And I never, ever could ignore that call. It's not a call that you could just put on silent or just put your phone face down. That call is very, very, very loud. And do I think it's my purpose? Yes, it is. Have I found what avenue it can be used to be more purposeful? I don't think I have.
You don't worry, you got time. You got
I got
time. I want to
I got a lot of time.
touch on a few things that you said when you mentioned that Celeste David encouraged you and you thought to yourself, if you can do it, she can do it.
Yeah.
That is exactly what I want to portray to people. Like when people look at the Purposeful podcast, you must see the people that you like, real life, everyday
Yeah, man.
people, and know that, listen, if this person can do it, like if this person can do it with all their challenges, all their difficulties,
Yeah.
and everything that they grew up with and endured, if they can do it, I can do it.
Exactly. You see, people got to realize that no celebrity that you see out there is perfect. No influencer that you see out there is perfect. We all got our own struggles. We all got our own problems. We all got our own every single thing that we got to deal with every single day, just like you. They got some mornings like this week. I just don't feel like doing nothing. I just want to
Just
cover up and go back in my bed.
Relax.
They got some days I out on the road, I don't want to see nobody. But I can't because of who I am now. And, this is something that I asked for.
That you
so
asked for, right?
I can't shelf it and I can't complain about
And
it.
it's so important to know that when you pray and you ask for something, listen, be ready.
Be careful what you pray for. That's the next thing. Because a lot of times we pray for things to happen and God give us exactly what you pray for. And then after that, he's like, no, but this is not what I want.
Yeah, it's too much pressure.
Yeah,
And
be
then you start
selective in it.
complaining about it. You start fretting about it and all that stuff. And then God will take it back. So just be careful.
And the take back is the problem.
The take back is the problem.
Don't pray for that at all.
Yeah, so you mentioned that, what you're doing now, singing, has been like a calling that you could not ignore. And I feel like that is exactly when you know that which you're doing is your purpose.
Definitely.
And then your heart is in it.
Yeah, I live, breathe, eat, sleep music.
Yeah.
Yeah, music is every single thing to me. Music has dug me out of places that I thought that I would never, ever came out from. I've been like my lowest of lows, and I am a fighter. I don't have no quit in me. There is no quit in me. You might see me down, and you might think I'm quitting, but nah, if I down, I saying the prayer there, Father, yo, I just want a little more strength.
Yeah.
And then I'm going back again. I don't believe in quitting. So I'm a fighter. And music has always been that constant that has always been there. Always. So I'm going to fall in this situation or fall in that situation. And I might think to myself, shucks, how do I get out of this? How do I move? How do I this? How do I that? What I find myself doing is singing. And it just wipes every single thing away. I mean, if I'm supposed to sit and explain to you what music does, how it does it, how it works, I might think I'm mad on this podcast because it like explaining it sometimes to the general public, sometimes to people who are not musicians or music minded, it might sound like a bunch of gibberish. But when you sit with other people that are, in that creative space, the musically creative space, then, they tend to understand, or they can see exactly what you're saying.
And so you're saying some things that are profound and you don't even know that it's profound. So don't say that you knew that it was profound, because you don't. You didn't. You're saying now that when you sit with musicians, when you sit with like-minded people, in other words, that's when you can fully explore your creativity. That's when your gift can really be realized to its fullest potential. And without even saying it, you're basically telling people that, listen, if you have a goal, if you have a vision, if you have a dream, you have to surround yourself with like-minded people.
Exactly. That's the only way that you could progress.
Yeah.
If I should say that,
Yeah.
How do you want to do something? When do you want to do it? Where do you want it to go? Those are the questions. It's easy. Find people that been there. Find people that done that.
Yeah.
Find people that already traveled. And then learn. You don't have to take every single thing, but learn.
Yeah.
So find people within the same space that you can have those conversations with. And this is not just for music. This is for life.
Everything.
Because I got a brother, he call his worries. And he just always say, you can't want to get $1 million and line with $20 people. That's how he says it, right? I mean, I understand what he means. And sometimes I would say to him, no, man, you can't think of it like that. No, Snakey, you got to listen to us say it. If you want to get $1 million, you got to be there with the millionaires.
With the millionaires,
so that
exactly.
They could tell you this, that. The $20 man could only get a $20 conversation. And
yeah.
I see what he's saying, but
I almost shout like that. That was so good. I almost shout because that is so true. That is so true. And life is not a competition. People have this weird misconception that life is a competition.
Yeah.
If you have done music and you're doing it and you're doing it excellently.
Yeah.
If I want to do music, I'm coming to you. I don't think that I have to compete with you. I'm coming to learn from you.
Exactly.
I'm coming to receive whatever you have to pour out. I'm coming to receive, because that is exactly where I want to be.
Facts.
So life is not always about competing with the people that is in the same lane. I heard someone said, I can't really give people the idea of what I'm doing because they're going to come and make more money than me.
That is an Nelly Kala word. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that is crazy. That's crazy because I'm a musician, and there have a lot of times people might come to me and say, yo, I gotta write this or I gotta write that. What do you think? And we can sit down and write it together. It don't take any single thing from me.
Right.
People, like last year when I did Soca Monarch, there were people in the competition that had my house, and I helping them write the song, and I helping them with their performance and every single thing, because it don't take any single thing from me. What is mine, and it can never ever be taken away. If something is ever taken away from me, it was never mine to begin with. That's how I am.
Yeah.
Right. So it can't go nowhere. You're born with this gift. You're going to go through life with it, and then you're going to die.
Yeah.
And it is going to disappear.
Exactly.
Unless you leave that mark that keeps echoing whenever you're gone. But outside of that, when you gone, it's gone with you.
Exactly.
So why not share it?
And I think that's the point. Like, that is the point. You're supposed to pour into other people. I don't think that living life is meant for you. Like, be in your self-care era, be in your self-growth and development era. But don't stay there.
True.
Because you're filling your cup. It's like you're filling your cup and you're putting a lid on top. So everything is remaining in your cup. I think the point is to, when you fill your cup, pour into someone else.
True.
And then go back to the source, which is God, who will pour into you as you pour into other people. I think that's exactly how life is supposed to be.
Definitely.
So when you have a gift, when you have a talent, there's no one that can do you like you. So if you start a podcast, it's not going to be the Purposeful Podcast.
True.
Because nobody can do the podcast the way I'm doing it because this is what I was called to do. And if you start a podcast, your podcast could be great, but you're going to do it how you're going to do it.
Exactly.
So I think the Bible said that nothing is new under the sun. It had me thinking, I was pondering upon that. And I'm like, if nothing is new under the sun, everything was done before. Why are we, like, what's going on? Why are we doing this? So there's nothing that you can encounter. There's nothing that you can do that has never been done before. But I think that the goal and the aim is you doing it. You doing it makes the difference.
Definitely.
Carlvin singing makes the difference. There were so many other musicians. There will be so many other musicians.
But one Carlo all the time.
One Carlvin Burnett.
Never two.
And, and the people that you will impact and influence, you can do it the way Carlvin Burnett
Definitely.
is gonna do it. So
Definitely.
when you have a vision, when you have a goal, when you have a dream, you just step out and do it the way God is calling you to do it, and do it to the best of your ability. Don't look around for the accolades and the applause and all these things, because that is not what it's about. To me, it's about being obedient to what God has called you to do. And once you walk in obedience, there is nothing that can stop you.
Nothing.
No other singer, no other musician can come and steal your shine. Nobody else can come and steal what God has given to you, because
Definitely.
you were meant to do it the way He has called you to do it.
Facts.
Yeah. So kudos to you on that. I want to ask you what I'm going to get into some other questions, Justin, but we're just focusing on your career right now.
Yeah.
What inspired you to actually do music as a career? What did you want to do before you decided to do that?
Yeah, well, like I said, I was this guy that always loved science. I like mixing things to see what result I could get, or cutting things to see how I could put it back together. Yeah. Yeah, it was always like that.
Couldn't be me.
And when you're from the countryside, it is every parent's dream to have a doctor in their house or a lawyer in their
I
house.
think that's like a Caribbean thing.
I think it's a
If you're
Caribbean
not
thing.
being
Yeah.
a doctor or a lawyer, they'd be like, are you?
Exactly. So, going along that path, my parents were like, yeah, all right, good. You can get a doctor in the family, at least, When they say Burnett, boom.
Bam.
Oh, he's a
doctor
doctor, But, I mean, that's where it started for me. And then, like, going through my secondary school life, I was like, yeah, I like it, but. Yeah, I like it, but.
There's
And the
always
minute that
something
but
missing.
steps into play,
Yeah.
understand that is not where you're supposed to be. I like it, but pivot. So I pivoted into computer science. So I fell in love with technology, like
Oh.
head over heels. Again, it's still taking apart things, because I got to take apart this, you got to take apart
So
that.
like if something wrong with my computer, I could bring it.
Yeah, I'm certified in that.
Say it. Oh,
Graduated and every
say
single
less.
thing.
I
Right?
got about a computer or two.
Graphics and designing, web page designing,
Okay.
programming. I can write programs and all of these things. Yeah, I could do the works.
I
But
did not know
understand this.
that.
Understand this. When I graduated from TIA in 2009, I never touched back a computer.
Since 2009.
Never touched it back.
That's crazy. But
I mean, the knowledge is still there. I mean, a lot has changed.
I'm not gonna bring my computer.
A lot has changed.
Yeah, I was.
I got AI now, so yeah, I'm doing every single thing. But I fell in love with computers, and like I went to New Amsterdam Technical Institute, and I'm going to say this now. When my parents, I mean, they're not beat me. I'm not a big man now, but
Hello, in the Caribbean household, did not beat you because he's a big man.
they might screw up their face
Okay.
and thing. But
you know,
it's
your
all right.
mother would
Mommy and
lash
daddy,
you
I
in the
love you.
room.
But I went to New Amsterdam Technical Institute to get away from my parents. Yeah.
That's not nice.
It sounds bad. Let me explain.
Tell your story.
When, again, in the Caribbean, when you decide as a child that I want to be a doctor, a lawyer, a nurse, what a big title they got. Because it is police, soldiers, those are big titles, yes, but they don't look at it as big. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Right? But when you hear doctor,
Doctor.
nurse,
Lawyer.
scientist,
Yes.
suddenly everything under the bright lights.
Yeah.
So that is what like my parents were trying to foster. Like, you got the head to do it. Go and do it. All right, good. So as soon as I graduated secondary school, the next question my father asked me, all right, well, Junior is my home name because I'm Junior to my father. And he's like, I'm Junior. So yeah, D, what's going on? What we gonna do now, boy? We go to UG. Because you know we got 40 this science thing. I say, yeah, we do UG. I say, UG? I watching it. I sign up and everything. Sign up, this, that. I said, man, you know what? I ain't gonna do this no more. I'm gonna start this nursing program. And then, you know, we can transition into this just so that first thing I get off, man, to when I want to get out of a situation.
I know. Listen.
I said, we can start this nursing program here. And from this, you can get in the knowledge and then we can transfer straight into pharmacology or, you know, whichever department you want to fit in where the whole everything is concerned. And he said, yeah, he bite the bullet. Since he bite it, I said, that he bite. Girl, I come down to town and I kind of thing to do this sign up thing, you know. Come down to town. My mom came down with me. I never forget. If you see big sign up, this time in my heart, I know that is, I want to do it. But I say to myself, I say, yeah. And my mom is foot to foot with me by, oh my God. Mommy, I'm sorry, bad.
Oh my God.
Waste money and come down to town by.
Poor
Because
mommy.
we living in Borbies there. You got to wait on the boat because we not bridge.
All day put mommy through and you know you
All
didn't
day
want to
put
do
it,
nothing.
you get up early in the morning and anything I got left. Bobby so early in the morning. And we then if you see a bar, I get the paper say writing and signing up. Boom, here the lady asking me. The lady said, when you finish school? So I finished school last year. She was like, all right, cool. The thing about it is, remember now, whenever they're doing like a nursing program, that is taken by batches.
Okay.
So what she said to me, and that was the, hey, God is working mysterious ways. I mean,
When
I want to
God
blame
is
God, right? I want to blame God, but God is working mysterious ways. As soon as I finished signing up and I give this lady this paper and everything, she said, Mr. Burnett, if you had come 4 days before, just like you should tap in your lap, if you had come 4 days before, you would have catch the last batch.
What are you glad?
I said, in my heart smiling. But remember, I got my mother there, right?
Yeah.
And at the point in time, I was, what, 17? So I can't do nothing stupid because she can thump me up in front of the people and embarrass me. Because this is how country parents stay too. So I watching the lady, I said, what do you mean, mom? She said, we already sent off a batch. I said, so I can't join them? She said, man, that might be a little, you know, some work and boom, boom, boom. But you can catch the next batch. I said, good. If she only give me a 2 weeks grace period, a story with me and them, you know. I said, how long? She said, well, seeing that this batch is off now, in about 3 or 4 weeks, we're taking another batch. You'll be at the top. I said, you know what? That will work. I said, I'm a bit sad, but that will work. That will work. I got back to Borbies there. I scouting now how to get away from these people. Boom. I got my friend call me, Carlo, I go in TI. I said, we go in TI and do mechanics. I said, oh, I can't tell them I want to do mechanics. You know, they believe I is science
Yes.
guy. I said, I gotta do something close to what I like. Remember again, I like technology. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna do computer science. I enrolled to TI, gonna do computer science. Because when my parents are asking me now, why are you going to TI? I said, man, I want to sit down and wait on this timings here, this nursing program.
Just there.
I said, I want to keep myself occupied, you know? And them, yeah, that's a good thing. I said, yes, that is a great thing. I gone to TI. I never in my class at TI. Never, ever, ever. I had some delinquent friends too. Corneli Court.
Not a whole
Tarun.
name.
Arvin. Gavin. Wendell Ward. Sean Passad. Listen, my class, I feel me whole class they want to get away from their parents, buddy. We never in class. People showing up, lecturers coming to the class. Where is the rest of the class? Oh, Miss Degan this way or Miss Degan so. Plus we always got a point person in the class. So if today is my day to get away, me and Wendell used to get away together. If we are getting away, Cornell is in charge. So Cornell got to make sure when we come back to class, we get school work written out and every single
Yeah,
thing.
I had a whole setup, a whole
We have
system.
a whole setup. If Cornell coming with us, whole score. We had a friend named Ravina. We got a friend named Ravina. Ravina now is responsible. Ravina was the girl with the neat handwriting.
Oh.
So Ravina, you're right. Yeah. But the thing is, in our little crew, we had everybody that was versed in a particular area. So my area was English and programming. So whenever we got English homework and programming homework, everybody booked there by me. When we got maths, everybody booked gone by Arvin or Tarun. When we got stats or management, it gone by Gavin or Sean or somebody. So that's how we used to work it. But I in the welding class or in the plumbing class all the time. Again, sometimes we do things in life and we don't know why we're doing it, or we're not even aware of how we're being used in different ways. Now, because of the little delinquent behavior, I know a little plumbing, I know masonry, I know carpentry, I know little mechanics, I know a little of every single thing.
At least something good come out of it.
Something good come out of it. Plus, I graduate from TI. You understand? I graduate. When I do graduate, my teacher come to me, the lady, Miss Conway. Miss Conway come and say, Carlvin, I want to speak to you. But before she had to recommend me to write your subject, Miss Conway said, you come into my class, it's like a lunar eclipse. I said, Miss, what do you mean? She said, rare and very special. I said, Mom, Miss, don't worry yourself. I think, I gotta recommend you, Carlvin, have a good faith. Recommend me, I pass the lady subject flying colors. I pass, we call it in. So she was somebody too that always kept banging in my head, Carlvin, you're too smart for this, Find what you want to do. Find what you love and do it. So she kept fostering that. But I knew to myself that it wasn't computer science because I just wanted to get away from them.
Yeah.
Here was the crazy thing. As soon as I graduated from TI, the next call I get from my father. Yeah, boy, you doing well? I say, yeah, Pops. You all right? So what we doing with this since I hear with this I thought in my head thinking, what is the next avenue I can use to get away? Then came the jingle and song competition, and that was the ultimate. When I entered that, full-fledged music from there, and every single chance that I got, I was always singing. Every single problem that I had, issues, struggle, music was the constant that kept pulling me out. Kept pulling me out.
Yeah.
And I remember at one time sitting to myself and I was like, I love it. And there was never a but. The but never ever came. And this was at a time when I was at my lowest of lows. Like, moved out to my parents' house, living in Georgetown by myself. Rent back up on you because this not happening, that not happening. You're ashamed for move back home to Boris because you talk big. You say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I don't want to call my parents for no money. I don't want to call nobody else for any single thing. So I'm sitting there. I eat for about 3 days straight, sitting in this room. Room hot like a tail because the fan and all stop work.
That's rough.
And I'm sitting there and I'm asking myself, did you make the right decision? Was this the right move? Was this the right turn? And in my head, lying there, staring up at the zinc sheet, and I crying, because I'm not ceiling, zinc sheet. Crying to myself, and I asking myself, why were you doing by? Pack your stuff, go back home, and you got subjects, you got a couple certificates, use that. And I remember saying, but I love music. That was where the but came. But I love music. But I love music. But I love music. And I say, you know what? Father, if this is not for me, then stop it. Don't let me do it.
Yeah.
Don't let me succeed after this. Next call that I got was from Anthony Johnson. Basie, we normally call him. And he said, your passport good? I said, meaning for passport good. He said, we getting a chance to go to France. We gotta get singer for the band.
Wow.
I said, Father God, this is it.
Wow, yeah.
Never ever look back from there. So music, always been it.
And it's like God, in the time when you least expect God to do the most, it's when he just show up and show out.
Right on time. Yeah. Right on time. Just as you're about to break, that is when he says, all right, enough. So for me now, whenever I go through struggles, whenever I go through trials, whenever I go through hurt, betrayal, any single thing, because 2025 for me has been a lesson and a half, boy. A lesson. But in all of that, just when I think that, all right, this is it. This is it. This is it. This is it. He steps right in, right at the moment, and everything changes.
Because when the time is right, God said when the time is right.
Definitely.
I, the Lord, will make it happen. But I'm listening to your story and I realized something. I don't know if you caught it, but you said that you were at the breaking point when you didn't have anything, you didn't have nobody, you're just at your lowest. Yeah. And you said something. You said, God, if this is not meant for me, take it away. And one of the reasons why we would find God showing up, I believe, why we would find God showing up at the end or at that moment, just when we're about to break, is because that's when we call on him.
Correct.
You try to do all these things by yourself and figure it out, and then you trying to do it all on your own. And then when you reach a point where you can't do it anymore, and you say, God, God's okay. I was just waiting for you to say something.
Man, give me WhatsApp number, everything after the day, boy. But back then it wasn't WhatsApp, it was BBM.
It was BBM.
Yeah, give me
you got
pin.
it on the speed dial.
Yeah, speed dial right away. Best son right now. Easy best son.
I'm so happy you said best son because you gotta specify, you know.
Yeah, best son. I don't know who's the daughter.
Me.
I mean, I wouldn't say that.
Me.
I wouldn't say that.
You don't need to say
told
it.
about that. But
it's not about. It's must ask him. It's not about that.
I'll see what I can do for you.
So, don't worry. I'm God's favorite. I believe that with my whole. Listen, the things I've been through, I am God's favorite, and nobody can tell me otherwise. Because for me to still be sane in my membrane, I'm God's favorite.
I would say the same thing.
Yeah. No, listen. I'm not ready to tell you guys the stories yet, but one of these days.
Next interview, I can interview you. I mean, switch roles and you probably tell me the story.
Yes, next time because the time that we had to set up this interview, how long we set up this interview? A month and a half?
About 2 months?
2 months.
About 2 months.
2 months. So maybe the next 2 months when we set up another one.
Yeah. No, it can be.
I will be ready.
It can be sooner than that because the amount of strays that you fire off just now.
Yeah.
Me think Q1 no more stray right now. Q bandage up right now. Q bandage up with all them strays.
No, he gotta get it right, Mac. No, you know, sometimes you just gotta say what you gotta say.
Yeah.
Let that be the thing, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm listening to your story and I feel so inspired about what you're saying in terms of purpose and calling. How you know that you're so good at all these things, because I am one of those people that is what's the word I'm looking for? Multi-hyphenate. I'm a multi-hyphenate. I do a lot of stuff. I feel like I'm good at a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm still on the path of finding that one thing. Like how you found that thing, even though you're good at all these other things, that doesn't mean that was your calling.
True.
That was your purpose. You found the thing that you don't have to put a but at the end.
Exactly.
You love music. Full stop.
Full stop. Full stop.
That's it.
Full stop.
I want to do music. Full stop.
Full stop.
There's no but. There's nothing interjecting. There's nothing interceding. There's nothing stopping you.
Exactly.
That's it. You want to do music. And I'm so happy that you found that. And I want to just encourage you to, if you had to tell somebody, first of all, do you have a support system? I feel like I didn't talk.
Yes, I do. Yes, I
Okay.
do. My support system is great at this moment.
That's good.
You know, I have a full team around me. Outside of my team, I have I got three best friends. Those are my brothers. Collis, Colvin, Colvis. Those are my guys. If I say jump, they're going to get a trampoline because the jumping gonna be regular. So my support system is super, super, super strong.
Have you
right now.
had that support system from day one?
Not always. Like I said, the part sometimes that you have to walk, you got to walk alone at
Alone,
first.
yeah.
You know, because there's going to be times when even family don't believe in what you could do. And I don't think that it's a case that they don't believe in what you could do, but they just can't see what you're seeing.
Right.
Like you said before, the part is not for them to see.
Yeah.
You understand? Sometimes you just got to weed out the part and allow them to see, well, hey, you can't quit there, bro. And
Yeah.
it's a walk. So I can walk. And the minute you start walking and they realize that he going, he gonna make it, he could this, he could that, then, you know, everybody suddenly to start believing.
Yeah.
And, you know, you keep moving. But for me, like for my brothers, they were always supportive. You know, my parents too always knew that I could sing, just that they didn't want me to sing,
Yeah, because
right?
in a Caribbean household, you may want to be a
it's
singer.
different. Then outside of that too, my mother is heavy, like stern when it comes to church and
Yes.
beliefs and stuff like that. So
Kind of
because
different
of
from
that,
mommy.
like she's super respected in Barbie. Super respected. You can't go nowhere in Barbie since her sister Colette and nobody don't know you. Impossible.
Big up the sister.
Right?
Colin.
Yeah, mommy, all a big up. And my girl. That's my girl. Yeah. So when I said that, listen, this is what I want to do and this is how I'm going to do it, at first, pushback. Heavy pushback from her and my father. Because,
As first of all, you trick daddy.
well, I mean, not tricky, but he didn't know he get tricked yet. He didn't know he get tricked yet. But the pushback, it was a bit heavy because, you know, they're thinking to themselves, yo, but, you know, church, this is
Yeah.
where you grew up. This is where you know. How come this is what you want to do now? And again, people can't understand your assignment sometimes.
Right.
They cannot. Because sometimes you don't even see it. But you just know that there is something that is pulling you in this direction. And for the love of whoever, you don't know why or how. Sometimes you and I don't even see how you're making it through
Yeah.
all of this. But sometimes you gotta close your eye, pray. God, prayer is a big man. Prayer is a big man, right? Prayer is a big man, trust me. So pray, and then sometimes the ledge look as if it's a 50-story building, and you just gotta lift your one foot and step right off. And sometimes when you step off, it's glass step down there. You just, you know, it's glass right down. You could
Faith,
go,
yeah.
you know. So do that, because self-belief is one thing, belief in God is another thing, and then roll and go through. You unstoppable with them. So they, for me, like, they couldn't see what I was seeing, or probably just that they didn't want to see it at the point in time, because again, you know, they're thinking church is it. And for all the Christians out there that got kids that want to do something a bit I want to say contrary, but a bit on the flip side to what you're normally accustomed to, sometimes just give them an ear.
Yeah.
Just hear them out. See what it is. See where they're going.
Yeah.
Sometimes allow them to go.
Yeah.
The Bible talks about the prodigal son. Allow them to go
Yeah.
sometime.
Yeah.
Because you can't keep jockeying the rope all the time. You're going to turn whosoever that person is into a monster. Trust me when I tell you that. So sometimes just give the rope a little slack.
Yeah.
Allow it to go. See what is going on. Ask yourself certain questions. When Jesus came, who was Jesus' disciples? Jesus' disciples wasn't liars and doctors and them side of business. It was regular fishermen that used to cuss and fight and do the most.
People that were not saints.
People, exactly. And those were the persons that he decided to say, yo, yeah, follow me.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me change this whole thing up. Who was Paul? Paul was Saul, persecutor of Christians. I know my Bible here. No, yeah, don't play with me. I could preach on every single thing. Right? But who was he?
Right.
I'm not killing every single body until Jesus makes on. Link you up at the crossroad and say, yo, you, come, I want to use you. And that's what Jesus is doing, yo.
Yeah.
Jesus more worse than the police when he get ready. He's a man's arrest you and shy you in the truck back. Say, hey, come, you turn. Voodoo me in the truck. And when you get shy in the truck belly there, in the truck back, you can't do nothing. I say belly because I think in the Jonah. Hey, don't play with me, buddy. Don't. Yeah, make a start.
Exactly.
Yeah, make a start.
Listen.
But that is what has happened. So in that time in there when he is ready to say, enough. I want you to do this now. Because sometimes, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, Carlvin now blow up, becomes a world icon, becomes this world icon, and then at the crossroad, Jesus said, well, good. Now that you have the eyes of the whole world on you, now I want to use you to do this. This is how this works sometimes.
That's so, yeah.
So, allow them. Because sometimes you can't see what the man up there saying.
Yeah, that's so good. That is so good. And a lot of people, when people say that the Bible is made up, I'm like, if I was to make up a book, I'd make up a nice book with all the good things and the beautiful.
Exactly.
David and them boys. Yeah. David do the world. David is my boy though.
No, that is my boy. That's why I said to you, I am the most imperfect person ever.
Yeah.
But God ain't done with me yet. He's still working with me.
Like if you truly examine the Bible, you will see that God never used perfection.
Facts.
None of those people in the Bible were perfect. Facts. None of them were perfect. Everybody had their flaws, and every single person went through a process.
Yeah.
Some of the things that they went through.
No, well, mean they understand soldier list there. I mean, a strong, but the list there.
You can know when God put you on the strong soldier list because you really got to stay.
You just know.
You don't got to stay.
You just know.
And then a lot of times when we are going through stuff, and I'm saying we because myself included, and so it has happened so many times. When we're going through stuff, it's really because we're not moving when God is saying to move, and God got to push you.
True.
And then sometimes I'll be like, God, but did you have to push me so hard though? Like, what?
Well, you can't get it in cake and bake. Sometimes the push there.
I'm so shocked that he said, cried. I was like, Father God. Then is when you know he's run to God. He's run to God. So God has got to give you the push sometimes.
Definitely.
So if you had to advise somebody looking to walk in the path that Carlvin walked, looking to be as bold as Carlvin was when he decided to pursue music, what would you tell that person?
Take a chance. Pray, live, let others live. Be kind, be respectful, and understand that the journey is yours to take and yours alone. But with good faith, like I said, self-belief, prayer, any single thing is possible. No mountain is too high. No valley too deep or too wide. Every single thing is possible.
Yeah, that is so true. And what I wanted to add to that is start with prayer.
Yeah,
let prayer be the first step, because I was convicted of something the other day. When I started this podcast, it's not because I just wanted to do a podcast. Yeah. It was because I was called to do it. And at one point I was like, God, what? And you know when it's a calling, you don't really want to do it.
Yeah.
That's when God is pushing you to do something and you be like, God, but the spotlight though.
That's why I said Jesus or God worse than the police when he ready to arrest you. When champ come for you,
right?
ain't got no running there, You know some people thing and wriggle out the police hand and run. They ain't got no running there, boy.
They ain't got no
They
running.
can't run and go no way.
So I was convicted about doing the podcast the way I wanted to do it and doing it in such a way that was not necessarily how it's supposed to be done.
Yeah.
And I had to run back to the source, run back to the advisor, run back to the instructor, to the teacher, the person that assigned this task to me in the first place.
Correct.
To get redirection, to get a new vision, to come back and do it the way that it's supposed to be done.
Definitely.
So sometimes when you start something, first of all, pray before you start something. And don't just pray at the beginning. Let prayer be the constant, because prayer changes things. Prayer moves mountains. And I know that sounds like something that everybody says, but listen.
Trust me, it is. I don't beat yourself up sometimes if you forget to pray, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got enough time I just get up and just run out and go and do whatever I'm doing and I forget.
And
it's not purposeful.
Yeah.
But, sometimes you get so caught up in the everyday life that you lapse here and there. But trust me, the minute you sit within yourself and you realize that, oh, shucks, I've been doing this the wrong way, or I've been doing this like this for the past couple of days, I think I got to pull myself back a bit. And pull yourself back. Get back to the place.
Yeah.
Chat up the big man fast.
Yeah.
And then make
Listen, talk to God. I be talking to God. I've been talking to God like if he's right. Well, not like if, because he is right there and he is my friend. I'd be like, God, listen, your girl can't do this today.
Facts.
Listen,
Facts.
I almost had a job the other day. My boss spoke to me I don't like disrespect. And I felt like the way that he spoke to me was disrespectful. And I don't have 50. I'm at 50. Switch from 0 to 100. God is still working, guys. God is still working.
Still working.
So I really had to take a minute, because when he spoke to me the way that he spoke to me, I was like, I was like, I need to take a breathe. And sometimes take a breathe. And what I messaged a friend of mine and I was telling him that, I was joking, but I was saying, do you guys have vacancy? Because I'm about to be out of a job. And he was like, don't ever let anybody get you that angry.
Yeah.
Nobody deserves your anger to that extent. And I'm like, you know what? That's it. I'm still working on those things.
He's probably right, but I think he's talking to you. I don't share the sentiment sometimes.
Man, that's what everybody think, because I feel like people don't deserve my anger. Like if I get angry with you, I care. I think you should worry when I'm not speaking. Like if you do something and you realize me tell you nothing about it, that's when you should be worried. Because if you do nonsense and I call you and say, Carlvin, you see the stupidness that you did? Don't do it again. That's good.
That's me.
That's good.
That's me. If a situation happens and you find me reaching, I might even tell you sometimes I feel as if I am reaching. It's because I care. I genuinely care.
Yeah.
The minute you realize that the reaching stop, understand where you are.
Yeah.
Understand that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta wrap up because I feel like
Well, how much time we left back with?
all scores. We gotta go. I got cut to the part. But this has been a great conversation.
Don't even cut out the part. But tight, man, you know what? Yeah, but next time you invite me for like 2 hours and we just sit down and gaff, buddy.
And gaff.
Yeah. You know what? Next time we do this thing live.
The episode gotta be on cue.
Cue! Make a mistake, buddy. Let me do this thing live. Where we could actually get the people on the live and we could have conversations with people, like real conversations with people, like in real time conversations.
Yes. We're gonna come back.
And everybody could share because, like, again, this is, the podcast is beautiful. It's beautiful, like you said, because we allow people to come in, people that people look up to, and all of these things to share their experiences, to share their everyday scenarios and stuff like that. And for some people, it's very, very amazing, you know. Like, I went into the supermarket, ran into somebody, and whilst I full in my basket, they full in their trolley, and we gaffing through the aisles like we know one another from somewhere. We don't even know one another. And at the end of everything, the person was like, yo, I feel like I know you for a lifetime. And I was like, yeah, this is how it has happened.
That's nice.
And for them, it was like the biggest boom in their head because they're so accustomed to seeing me on a stage, or seeing you on TV, or seeing you here, there, on the media and stuff like that. That sometimes they forget that this is a regular person that we could have a regular conversation with, you know. So, yo, link it up. Let me do this thing live next time. We're doing it live. That
Good.
here.
I'm glad we got witness. So we were gonna leave that part, and I hope y'all heard it on the mic. Q is gonna
on the Michelle.
One more question before we go. Her time is up. Do you think that you have mastered work-life balance?
Yes and no.
Give it a no first, and then you could give it a yes, because we want to end on a positive.
The no, because being who I am, it will always seep over. It always jumps over. You understand? So I want to say this, but I ain't want to say it. 'Cause if I say it,
Don't worry, say this is a safe space, guys, right?
no, this is a very safe space. But
It's a
remember,
safe
this going on the media. The media is not a
The
safe
media
place.
is a safe space.
The blue app there. The only
purpose of
blue app
podcast-
I like is the Republic Bank app. Yeah.
This don't go on the blue app,
Oh, where is this going?
the red app.
The red app? Well, everything red is win. Anyway, like I said, sometimes it's a tug and pull. It's a tug and pull because it jumps over. Everything spills over into one another.
Okay.
Your work life and then your private life. It spills. I try as hard as possible to do it. Like you can't see me posting certain things. You would never ever see me posting certain things, especially on the media. You would never ever know, like you would know, because you would see me, I'm a person out or stuff like that. Once and far, you can see me doing a little post here and there, probably a birthday or an accomplishment or something like that. I would do that. But I like to protect what I love, right? And the less that people know, the better for me, because you can't damage what you don't know. Sure. If you know, then it puts me now in a spot to be this super protective person. And then I got to study now about me, and then I got to study about you, and then I got to study about how a situation could impact, or a situation that is meant for me could impact you, or you could end up catching strays in a situation that has absolutely nothing to do with you. So I am super protective of what I love. So I got a daughter. You ain't gonna see me posting my daughter on social media.
Right.
Never.
I actually didn't know you have a daughter until the other day.
Well, all right.
And we talked about it.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, it got to be somebody within my circle
Yeah.
that knows what my daughter looks like, or somebody that just want to snoop around and just play a certain game. Yes, I'm speaking to you. You know exactly who I'm talking to. Right? If they want to snoop around and stuff like that. But outside of that, that is separate. Listen what you're going to see. New music coming next week. A video is coming. Me somewhere doing something crazy. Performing somewhere. Somebody and me having some interaction about music, or sometime that they had, or sometime that they went to a show and they had a good time and I was performing. That is what you're going to see the most. Sometimes though, the spill happens.
So look now, being that this is a safe space,
Yeah.
you're in a relationship?
Right now, what is it, like?
Oh, shucks. It sounds like a situationship type something.
Right now, there is one woman that got my heart. One.
If you say mother, we can fight.
I mean, I love my mom.
Okay, good.
I love my mom, but I'm not speaking about my mom.
Okay, great.
But there's one woman that got my heart. And I said this to somebody. And I said that I have 3 constants. When I say 3 constants, I mean 3 people that I don't use the word love loosely, but 3 people that I love, and I don't love very often.
Yeah.
It might sound a little bad, but I don't love very often. It got to be special in order for me to love you. Have to be. So if I say to you, I love you, understand that eating just by the way, or don't take it lightly. So I had 3 constants. Anyway, I have 2 now. And in the 2 that I have, I mean, my mom is one, definitely.
Yeah.
You know, that's my, like I said, that's my girl. The other one, I love her. She has my entire heart. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
I should call your name?
No, don't caution.
I'll call her name. Her name is Kamira Burnett. That's my daughter.
I know you would have said that. I was waiting for you to say that.
Well,
so look, who's the other person that is no longer the constant?
I hear that.
Who's the other person that is no longer the constant?
Hey, we got... Yo, Q, how much more time? Timing done, man? The timing done? Time done. Next podcast, y'all stay tuned.
Y'all gonna hear on the next podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, Jesus.
Stay tuned.
Father, you just know how to come in right on time by killing time.
Stay tuned,
you know,
for the next episode. This was a lovely conversation.
Yeah, man,
and thank you so much for joining me on this episode of the Purposeful Podcast. I hope you guys got some good takeaway. I want you to remember the key points regardless of all that was said. Persevere. When you have a dream, when you have a vision, it is yours to see. It is yours to pursue. And you know that it's your calling when you don't have the but at the end.
Yep.
I love music. Full stop. There is no but. That's when you know that it is your calling. You go after it regardless of the difficulties, regardless of the trials and tribulations that will come with it. Because that's not an if. That's not an if. I always tell people that, do you know that the Bible tells you that your days on earth will be filled with troubles?
Yeah.
It literally says that your days on earth will be filled with trouble. That's why I choose my battles. If I don't need to be stressing about something, I don't stress. Because if God already promised me, there wasn't a maybe, that was a promise that my days on earth will be filled with trouble. Why would I add troubles to the trouble that I'm already promised?
Probably you just like trouble.
No, I promise you I don't. So just start with prayer. Start with prayer. Let God lead your way. Let God direct your path, because there is nothing that you can do if God hasn't ordained it.
Facts.
You can try from now till whenever. It's not going to work if it wasn't ordained by God. So those are some of the takeaways that I want you guys to take from this message. Carlvin, do tell the people what's next for Carlvin Burnett. Tell them where they can find you on social media.
Well, y'all already know what it is. Yeah, check out your favorite black boy, Jesus' best son.
Jesus' best son.
I'm on all social media platforms, and a lot of times people say, "Yo, but we can't find you." It's because you're spelling my name wrong, buddy.
Spell it for them.
It's Carlvin. That's Carlvin. Burnett. No E at the end of Burnett. Right? So it's Carlvin Burnett on all social media platforms. I released a song today. It's called Lunatic.
Hey.
So right now the whole country mad. So drink some of the lunatic juice that I'll be sharing out. Get mad. Get crazy. The video is going to be released this weekend. A whole lot of other new great content will be coming. Throughout the whole Christmas season, I'll be performing all over the place. I'm just trying to get this voice back in order right now. So look out, stay tuned, like, share, follow this page as well as mine. And the great things are coming. It will keep coming. And I make you proud, trust me.
Yes, you guys heard it here first on the Purposeful Podcast from Carlvin Burnett himself. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe. Audio drop on Apple Music and Spotify on Thursdays. Video drops on YouTube on Fridays. And I will see you next time, babies. Bye.